So let's continue with the certain philosophies of different advocates of quality gurus or different experts who has on the basis of their experience while working in the various organizations developed certain concepts of quality and certain key points which were given to the managements to implement in their organizations so that they can implement the quality concept in their organization. So let's discuss first and start from the same agenda which we started yesterday, Deming's 14 point program for improving the quality, and we will be starting from that only today and discussing some other points which are given by the different performers. So as far as the Deming is concerned, Deming has given 2 point of programs for improving the quality in the organization. First, 14 points has been given by the Deming for improving the quality, and second, he has given 14 points for management to implement the quality concept in the organization so that quality products and services can be produced. So let us discuss briefly again the Deming's 14-point program for improving quality first. First point which is given by the Deming is to create constancy of purpose for improvement of product and services. He said that you have to first of all provide the constancy of purpose for improvement of product and service. For what purpose you have to improve the product and services, this must be crystal clear to the every member of the organization. Secondly, second issue which is given by the Deming, that is adopt the new philosophy. Adopt the new philosophy here means that you are earlier working in the older philosophy, and if you have to improve the quality of the product and service keeping in view the philosophy of other organizations and your competitors, that means you have to change the work style in the organization, change the behavior of the people in the organization, change the thinking of the higher level of management, change the thinking of the operational level of the management. Secondly, you have to cease the dependence on mass inspection. It should not be necessary. The environment should be created in such a way that mass inspection should not be required. Only test sampling may be sufficient to check that whether the quality product or service has been produced or not. This will reduce your cost. Fourthly, end the practice of awarding business on price tag alone. So you have to create a culture in the organization that where quality tag is placed instead of awarding the business on the price tag. Then you have to improve the constantly and forever the system of production and training. On the basis of the quality parameter, you have to improve the system of production and training, and for that purpose instituting training to every level of management is very much required, and you have to instill and institute leadership quality in the every member of the organization so that they can work by giving a lead to the others. If the leader is not there, if the leader is not innovative, competitive, and able to implement the various policies of the higher level of management, then you will not be successful. Eighth point is you have to drive out the fear. Some people may be in the fear if the quality product and services is not produced, then their salaries may be cut down, they may be fired from the organization, or they may be demoted from the organization. So such kind of fear should not be there. And you have to break down the barriers between the staff areas. If the staff areas are there, that top level management is not able to communicate or correspond with the lower level of management, and the lower level management people are not able to convey their feelings to the top level of management, and then such barriers if are there, then it will be very difficult to work it on. You have to eliminate slogan, exhaustion, and targets for the workplace. Give them a free hand. Let them chalk out their own slogans and you have to eliminate the numerical quotas. When the numerical quotas are there, products and services cannot be qualitative. They will be focusing on the quantity of the product rather than quality of the products. And you have to remove the barriers to pride in the workmanship. Workmanship, every lower worker, every supervisor, every foreman should be equipped with the quality of their products and services, and they should feel proud by improving the quality. And you have to institute a vigorous program of education and training for every level of workers and take action to accomplish the program. So once the program is jack out, so these 14 points program has been given by the Demings in his philosophy of improving the quality. Similarly, Deming has given the philosophy of for the management to implement the quality products and services in their organizations. And these 14-point programs are well, you can say, the principles of quality improvement for the organization. First point, which is given by the Deming in his philosophy for the management, is to create and publish to all employees a statement of aims and purposes of the company. When you visit some good companies, you will find that when you go to their corporate office, you will find in the corridors of these companies a statement which is displayed by putting a poster in the organization, that thus which explains the aims and purposes of the company, for what purposes the company has been established, and the management must demonstrate their commitment to this statement. If the management is not committed for the statement of aims and purpose of the company, then lower level, and it will not be able to give the leadership to the other levels of the management. And secondly, you have to learn the give the concept of learning the new philosophy in the organization. If you are sticker to the older rules, adamant to change the rules, then you will not be able to implement the new philosophy in the organization. Third is understand the purpose of inspection. Purpose of inspection should not be there that we have to inspect all the items of the production and services. You have to reduce the cost. If you are inspecting each and every methodology, each and every product and services, it will be very, very costly affair. So you have to adopt the test checks, develop a concept of test checking, sample checking, so that when you check the sample, it means that sample represent the total production and services. And it will reduce the cost, and it will also improve to help the processes of the organization. Then, as I have already told, that you have to end the practice of awarding business on the basis of price tag only. If you are given a price tag, you must give the quality tag to the product. You have to improve constantly and forever the system of production and services. These are the key points for the management. Institute training, we have already discussed. Teach and institute leadership. Leadership cannot be taught at all times. Some levels you can teach the leadership, but you have to develop and institute the mechanism of developing the leadership. Drive out the fears, create an environment of innovation in the organization. Every person in the organization should be given an opportunity to develop innovation in the organization, and that should be encouraged. You have to optimize the team efforts toward the aim and purposes of the company. The team, when if anybody says that I will do everything and others should not be involved, you will not be able to get the success. You have to eliminate the exhaustions for the workplace. No punishment should be there, reward system should be there. If anything, any person do wrong, you should give them opportunity to improve. Eliminate the numerical quotas. If you will put the numerical quotas that every worker has to produce 100 units compulsorily, otherwise their salaries and wages will be cut down. This is going to reduce the quality, remove the barriers, that job pride of the workmanship. Every worker working in the organization should feel proud of working in the organization, and you have to develop and create an environment of learning and self-employment. And similarly, last point is a similar point which is given for the quality for improvement. Take action to accomplish the transformation. Quality improvement is a process of transformation, bringing transformation in the organization. And if you are able to bring transformation, then definitely the quality will improve in the organization. Now, as far as the damning philosophy is concerned, damning philosophy, if you conclude the 14 points for the quality improvement and the 14 points for the action agenda for the management, it is basically developing a system of profound knowledge. That means we must have the appreciation for the system. What is system? A system is a set of functions or activities within the organization that works together to achieve organizational goals. And management job is to optimize the system, not part of the system, but the whole. So system require cooperation. For this purpose, appreciation for the system is required. Secondly, when you have to implement the quality system in the organization, you must be able to understand the psychology of the people. The designers and implementers of the decision are the people, and hence their understanding, their psychology is very, very important. If you are not able to understand the psychology of middle and lower level of management, and middle and lower level management is not able to understand the psychology of the senior people, then you will not be able to implement the quality in your organization. Thirdly, you have to understand the process variation. A production process may contain many sources of variation. Reduction in variation improves quality. If there is a variability in understanding the different concept, if there is a variance in various type of objectives, causes, special causes, common causes, so we will not be able to improve the quality. So focus on the special causes, and common causes can be reduced by the change of the technology. So wherever common cause is there, you can use the technology and reduce such kind of causes. Theory of knowledge is very important. Management decisions should be driven by facts, data, and justifiable theories. If your decisions are based on whims and fancies and your own judgments, which are not based on certain facts, data, and justifiable theories, you will not be able to improve the quality. So don't follow the management fads. Whims and fancies should not be there. It should be on the facts and figures, data, and justifiable, proven scientific theories. Only then you will be able to implement the quality system in your organization. Second guru, which is very important in the form of quality improvement and has done a lot of work, that is Joseph M. Juran. He has developed the concept of Juran trilogy also for quality improvement. So as far as Joseph M. Juran is concerned, Joseph M. Juran has basically emphasized the importance of producing quality products through an approach which is focused on three things. Number one, quality planning. Second is control, and third is improvement. So Joseph M. Juran has emphasized that if you have to induce the quality concept in your organization, improve your product planning, quality planning, then quality control system and quality improvement. So he emphasized that quality induction or quality system is a continuous process in the organization. And it was Joseph M. Juran who was the first person. He defined the quality as fitness for use. Your product may be very attractive, your product may be colorful, your product may be looking very, very fancy. But if it is not fit for use, then you will not be get the attention of the customer. So, what is the fitness for use? Joseph M. Juran said that first of all, when we say that the product is fit for use, it means its design is qualitative. Its confirmation to the various standards is of qualitative. Its availability is there. It's safe to use, and whatever purpose field use is there, that is operational in terms of the use of the product. So if it is meeting out the customer's demand regarding the design of the product, confirmation of the works which the product or service is going to perform, it's available on time, it's a safe for use, then the product will be treated as fit for use. So Joseph M. Joran has emphasized on quality of design, quality of conformance, availability of the product, safety, and fit for use. So he has categorized the cost of quality as cost of prevention. If it is not fit for use, it is not safe, it is very costly, it's going to be very costly. Cost of detection and appraisal, and cost of failure. So it was the Joseph M. Juran, he said that category of the cost of quality include cost of prevention, cost of detection and appraisal, cost of the failure. All these should be given emphasis while developing the quality concept in your organization. So Juran has said that as far as his philosophy is concerned, quality is pursued at two levels. First, the mission of the firm as a whole is to achieve the product quality. The whole mission of the organization, because if it is a manufacturing organization, its mission is to produce the product which is of high level quality. And second, one is mission of the firm, which is focused on product quality. Second is mission of the each and every individual department, that is to achieve high product quality. So not only at the institutional mission level, your mission should be to produce product quality, but the mission of each and every individual department should also be taken as to high product quality. Quality should be talked about in language senior management understand, because senior management understand if they are going to produce qualitative products, they need a return, they want return in terms of money. So if the product is of poor quality, it should be understandable to the senior level that that will not be accepted by the customer, and the company is going to incur the heavy losses. And at operational level, the focus should be on the conformance to the specification that eliminate the defects use of the statistical method. So for improving the quality at the operational level, statistical quality control checks should be induced so that there should not be any kind of defect in the products. You must be understanding that when the products are sold at the international level, even if 1% defects are there in the sample checking, they will reject the whole lot. This is going to be very difficult for the organization to accept it. So language of the quality should be understandable to the senior management, that is in terms of money. That means if the low level products are produced, if low level services are produced, that is going to affect the cost of poor quantity, that is going to be heavy losses for the organization. And secondly, at the operational level, the focus should be on the confirmation of the specification. What are the specifications? Specification which are given or understandable by the customers for fitness to the use. Juran has given, as I have already told you earlier, that Juran has developed a trilogy, quality trilogy. He said, as far as the quality is concerned, three Qs are very, very important. First is quality planning, second is quality control, and third is quality improvement. So these three Qs are known as quality trilogies and also known as Juran trilogy for quality improvement. First Q, which is in the trilogy, is the quality planning, the process of preparing to meet quality goals, which involve understanding customer needs and developing product features. So this level, this quality planning require heavy research by understanding the customer needs. Whatever products you need to produce, that products should be as per the requirements and demands of the customer. And how to understand the demands of the customer? You can conduct the surveys, research and understand the customer requirement. You must be observing many of the companies, even on the Facebook or in the social media, they want to understand your specification, your requirements of various products and services. They send you feedback form, they call you, even they get your feedback on the already products produced which are used by you. So it is the quality first Q, which is very important in the Juran philosophy, is the quality planning. And then once you understand the demands of the customer, you will develop the product features by doing a research, scientific research on that. So this is the first Q in triology. Second is quality control. This concept is regarding process of meeting quality goals. So once you have planned, you have set up the quality goals, meeting quality goals during operation. Control parameters are there, measuring the deviation and taking action. It is very important. So you time to time test check the quality of the product. If you find certain deviation in any lot or sample which is tested by you, immediately you must adopt the corrective measures if the fault is there. And the third Q is quality improvement. That is process for breaking through to the unprecedented level of performance. Identify areas of various kinds of the quality products, and then quality improvement mean process for breaking through to the understand unprecedented levels of performance. Identify areas of improvement and getting the right people to bring about the change, because when you want to bring a change in the organization by inducing the quality, you need right people, and identifying right people in the organization who can implement the quality prospect is very, very important. So this was Joran trilogy. And after that, then there is another person which has contributed for the improvement of the qualities, Armand Fagbaum. Armand Fagbaum proposed the concept of total quality control, TQC, for making quality everyone's responsibility. So every worker in the organization is responsible for implement the quality control in the organization. So it focused on, stressed on interdepartmental communication. So each and every department should be linked in such a way that the communication, there's no communication barrier. And he emphasized on careful measurements and report of the quality costs. So if you are not able to understand the quality cost mean if defective products are produced in the organization, you are going to be at loss. Similarly, we have another person who has contributed a lot in the quality improvement, that is the Phillips Crosby, and he preached that quality is free, believe that an organization can reduce overall cost by improving the overall quality of its process. So it's a continuous process. You continue to work for that. Similarly, if you go in detail the Crosby philosophy, he talks about absoluteness of the management, and he said that quality mean conformance to the requirements of the customer, not elegance. If a product is beautiful, having good color, but is not conform to the requirements of the customer, sometimes you buy the product on the social media or through e-channels, you find that the product is very attractive, color is very good, but when you actually receive through delivery on different modes at your home, and you order online product and get the delivery of the product, it do not conform to the requirement, then you are annoyed, then you complain, and sometimes it is very difficult to return it back. So elegance is not important here. What is important is conformance to the requirement. And he emphasized, Crosby emphasized, that there is no such thing as quality problem. Quality is not a problem. The problem is in the processes. The problem is in the mindset of the people. The problem is in the operational areas. If you cure them, there will not be quality problem. There's no such thing as economics of quality. It is always cheaper to do the right job right the first time. Whenever you do something right, it has no economics concept. And the only performance measurements is the cost of the quality, the cost of non-conformance. So if you do not conform to the standards and requirements of the customer and the product is failed, that is a cost. That is a cost of non-conformance, which is very important to cure it. And Crossby has given the three elements, basic elements of the improvement. First, he said there should be determination. Determination here means commitment by the top management. If your top management is committed to improve the quality of the organization and ready to lead and do everything for the quality improvement so that you can deliver good to the customer, only then you are going to get success. So determination is required. Secondly, education of the various employees which are working in the organization. The employees towards zero defects. They should understand how to get the zero defects quality. That kind of education must prevail in the organization. And thirdly, implementation of the organizational processes towards zero defect. Every process of the organization should leads to zero defects. Only then you will get a success. So I will not be focusing on the history of the quality management that we have already little bit discussed yesterday. There is one another quality guru which is known as Jenichi Tokchi. He emphasized on the minimization of the variation in the product's quality, and he was concerned with the cost of quality to the society. If you are producing quality goods but you are hampering the environment also, that means you are putting some cost to the society. That should not be there. And as far as Jenichi Tokchi was concerned, he extended the Joran's concept of external failure. Similarly, a Japanese expert, Kaoru Ishikawa, he developed a problem-solving tool such as cause and effect diagram, and he is also called the father of the quality circles. As you know that Japan is very famous for developing concept of quality circle in the organization. What is the concept of quality circle in the organization? Quality circle means there is a circle of the various employees who sit together and there is no up and down. Each and every employee of the organization, whether top level, lower level, or a group, that group is equivalent group. All are given the equal status of contributing towards the society, giving suggestion, implementation. So they discuss the issue, they discuss the problem, and on the basis of that, they develop a problem solving tool which is acceptable to all. So they find out the problem, create the cause and effect diagram, and then have a problem solving tool to cure that problem in the organization. So Kaoru Ishikawa is also known as the father of the quality circle. So if you look out on the basis of the various philosophies of the qualities which is propounded by the different quality gurus, you have to now define the dimensions of the quality in terms of the quality in goods and in terms of the quality in services. So as far as quality in goods is concerned, there are, I think, 10 parameters. One is performance, second is feature, third is reliability, fourth is durability, fifth is conformance, serviceability, aesthetics, and perceived quality. So, quality in goods, a product is said to be a qualitative when it performs well, its features are attractive, its use is reliable, it's durable, it conforms to the requirements of the customer, and its serviceability is there. Sometimes you purchase a car, many cars are available and they are very good quality cars. They are giving good mileage, good in every respect in dimensions, but sometimes their service center are not available. If you find a problem in remote area, their service center is not available, then it will not be treated as a quality product. That's why Maruti has an edge. Maruti has service center even in the remote areas. Very, very remote areas, you will find a person which is expert to handle the Maruti car problems. Even their service centers will be available. Their chain of network of serviceability is available. Their aesthetics, perceived quality. These are the things which must be there in the quality goods. Second, because services are not in the physical format, they are basically in the form of services, and their reliability. Phone services are there, airplane services are there, uh, network services are there. So their reliability, their tangibility, their responsiveness toward the customer problems, their assurance to deliver the services at the doorstep, and the empathy is very important. So for quality in goods, for quality in services, there are different dimensions which you must focus while producing these goods and services. So this was all for today. We have finished the various concept today. One given by the various gurus like Jenichi Tokchi, Koru Ishikawa, and we also discussed the cross-buy philosophy of absoluteness of the management and basic elements of improvement. Similarly, Armand's Feigenbaum, Phillips cross-buy, Juron's theology, which is a part of your syllabus, also quality planning, quality control, quality improvement has been discussed. Juran's philosophy of quality, which is pursue quality, we have to pursue it on the two levels. One is mission of the firm, and secondly, mission of each and every individual in the organization. Joseph M. Juran's basic concept was Deming philosophy. Deming's 14 points agenda was also discussed. So now all of you can on your videos, and if any question or problem is there, that is most welcome to discuss on your videos, all of you. We can spend 10-15 minutes. Tomorrow we'll be talking about quality cost. Day after tomorrow, not tomorrow. Yes, we'll start from Sahil. अपनी वॉइस भी ऑन कर लो.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes.
Anything you want to add or anything you want to say?
So basically, क्योंकि हर बिजनेस का रूल होता है कि कंज्यूमर इज द किंग, सो क्वालिटी का बेस फोकस यही है कि जो प्रोडक्ट हम कंज्यूमर को दिखा रहे हैं, क्या एक सर कोट है कि क्रिएट प्रोडक्ट्स फॉर योर कंज्यूमर, नोट ऐसे कोट है, मतलब कि कंज्यूमर के लिए प्रोडक्ट बनाना, ना कि प्रोडक्ट के लिए कंज्यूमर ढूंढना है.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. We don't have to find the customer for the product, but we have to produce the product for the customer on the basis of the requirements of the customer and on the basis of the conformance of the product features, project services, product nature, products operational part, its fitness for use from the point of view of the customer. That's very good addition by the side. Then Aditya.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
गुड मॉर्निंग
सर, ये सब पॉइंट्स आजकल बुक्स में ही रह गए हैं. कंपनीज क्वालिटी को मैनेज ही नहीं करती हैं आजकल.
No, it's not absolutely true. The companies which do not manage the qualities, they are not in place for more than a year. Number of companies you must see, I have seen so many restaurants in the city which started with the fanfare, very attractive location, very attractive features inside the restaurant, and sometime in beginning they have a good food quality, but slowly after a period of time they are not able to manage and they vanish. You find that that restaurant is not there after 1 year. But the restaurants who has a commitment towards the quality, who has the ability to understand the requirements of the customer from their perspective, what they want, they stay forever. Even they change their methodology. If the customer want home delivery, if the customer want that they want separate space to sit in the restaurant, even the whole restaurant is busy, or some they want some change or tailor-made services, they are ready to provide. So only such organizations are there. Your point of view may be from the this angle that they are not working, but the companies or the organizations which are providing good quality products and services. For example, there is a Basant ice cream in your city. Basant ice cream and its various products, chain of Basant restaurants is there. If they are there from the last so many years, that is because of the meeting the customer requirements. And you find that Amul is there. Amul provide the variety of the ice creams and other products. Why the people prefer Amul instead of the local brands or instead of other heavy brands which are available? Because one, it is local, it understands the requirements of the customer, and you find the variety of products as per the requirements of the customer, and they usually get a feedback. And if some of the category of the customer require some tailor-made services in the products which they use, so then they are ready to provide. So staying in the market is possible only when you conform to the quality standards. If you produce quality products and services, otherwise you will not be there. Let us take the example of the cars. If Maruti has service center at the various places, you may place a cheap car which conforms to the requirements of the customers. But if you have one or two service centers in the state, if I am from Ludhiana and if I have bought the car of any brand, but the service center is available only in Jalandhar, if any defect is there, I have to go to Jalandhar or call the people from there, then it will not be possible for me to purchase that car. I will prefer that. No, I should not recommend others to buy this car. Let us take an example. Recently, I buy a Creta car, Creta SX version, and there are a number of service centers of the Creta, but I bought it from the dealer which is available in adjoining the Park Plaza. The mission was whenever there is problem is there, I have to get it service, I will go to them because it's near to my location, my college and my residence. So it is near to me, it's approachable. Secondly, they said they will provide the home delivery and carry the car from your car and service it and deliver it at your doorstep. I received a call which is from the 10-15 kilometers away service center that you have purchased a car, we are sending the person to the, I don't understand whosoever is. I thought this is a person from the same location from where I have the car. The service center is of the same company, but I prefer that I should get it from the near location. So therefore, serviceability of the product is very, very important. If you are not able to provide the serviceability after sale services, what I am talking about, then your product will maybe very good in feature, very good in giving mileage, but very good in giving all kind of things, but will not be able to be have impact on me. So that will not be treated quality product from this angle. So
सर कार्स में भी क्वालिटी अच्छी नहीं होती है, एक्सीडेंट टेस्ट में इंडिया की कोई भी कार पास नहीं होती.
That is true, but I am talking about from the customer point of view. These technicalities are not understandable by the customer. Nobody expects that there will be an accident. They just think that if you even our basic reason is we are not passing the standards of accidents in the car because our roads are not very good. The cars which are manufactured, basically these cars are manufactured for the nations where the full infrastructure of running these cars is available, and there's no place in India where the full infrastructure which conforms to the use of these cars. So that's why there is an accident. Secondly, the mindset of the people who are using the car is very, very poor. Basically, they don't deserve to use these cars. They are the awkward people. All Indians are awkward people. They don't have that deservability to use these kind of cars. So that's why there are accidents. So when you talk about the confirmation of the standards, so our people are not equipped or trained to use cars. We used to run and drive these cars from 100 speed to 100 and 120 speeds, but there are standard cars, even Creta, even all cars of the Hyundai and even Maruti, the new cars which are coming in, when you cross the speed 80, dependability on the standards of the roads, they will give you a message on screen that please reduce the speed. But you don't reduce the speed. You have to work according to their confirmation, but you don't work. So that's why the standards are not meeting. Accidents are there. Creta ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਕਾਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ use ਕਰੋ, I'm talking about the top models, they give you the message. ਤੁਸੀਂ 100 ਤੋਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਉੱਪਰ ਸਪੀਡ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਉਹਨੇ ਰੋਡ ਦੀ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਰੋਡ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਸ ਸਪੀਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਨਫਰਮਿੰਗ ਯੂਅਰ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕ ਕੰਜੈਸ਼ਨ, ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੇਗਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਪੀਡ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਉਹ ਸਪੀਡ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਰਿਡਿਊਸ ਕਰੋ। ਬਟ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਨੂੰ ਅਵੋਇਡ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। If you avoid that message, accidents are bound to there. Secondly, you will not get good mileage. Mileage ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲੇਗੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਜੋ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਉਹ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਪਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰਨਾ। So these are the things which we have to run from the customer's point of view also. So that's why we are not conforming to the standards. Basically ਕਾਰ ਦਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਕਾਰਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਰੋਡਸ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ they are not fit for use. ਇਹ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਬਾਹਰ ਦੀ ਹੈ, ਔਰ ਇਸ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਡਿਵੈਲਪ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਥੱਲੇ ਇੱਕ ਨਾ ਲਾਈਨ ਲਿਖੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਹਰ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟ ਦੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਡਾਕੂਮੈਂਟ ਦੇਖੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਨੀਚੇ ਇੱਕ ਲਾਈਨ ਲਿਖੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਔਨ ਸਟੈਂਡਰਡ ਇਨਫਰਾਸਟ੍ਰਕਚਰ ਜਾਂ ਇਹਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਰਵਿਸੇਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਹੈ, ਥੀਸ ਆਰ ਦਾ ਸਟੈਂਡਰਡਸ। ਉਹ ਉੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੁਧਿਆਣੇ ਵਰਗੀ ਰੋਡ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਓਗੇ, ਉਹ ਕਾਰ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਘੱਟੋ ਘੱਟ 120 ਸਪੀਡ ਤੇ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਉੱਥੇ 120 ਸਪੀਡ ਤੇ ਚੱਲੇਗੀ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸਟੈਂਡਰਡ ਰੋਡਸ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਜੇ ਲੁਧਿਆਣੇ ਵਰਗੀ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਓਗੇ ਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ 80 ਤੇ ਐਕਸੀਡੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ। ਸੋ ਦੈਟਸ ਵਾਈ ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਆਏਗੀ। ਸੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਚ that is not ਕਿ ਉਹ ਸਟੈਂਡੇਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਪਾਈਆਂ, ਉਹ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਰੋਡਸ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ, ਸਾਡੇ ਇਨਫਰਾਸਟ੍ਰਕਚਰ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਪਾ ਰਹੀ। ਚਲੋ okay, now your time is over, you can all leave, the other class has to join. Thank you so much. MCOM general class will be remaining in the lecture, others will be leaving.